Her name was Lola. She was a showgirl with yellow feathers in her hair.
How's it going, my evil residents? Today we're going to tediously, meticulously, somewhat boringly go through all of the chapters in Resident Evil 5, and we're going to rank them worst to best based on how much worst to best they are. This is going to be a subjective list. Yeah, that's it. It's going to be a subjective list. There's not really a way to objectively rank these, except for a couple that I think are objectively horrible levels that I will talk about. But it will be mostly subjective, and that's pretty much going to do it for the explanation of how this list listicles. Yeah, let's get right into it.
I just woke up in a fucking steaming mood, yeah? Because I live in a shithole!
Last place, 16th place by a wide margin, not even close. There could be 500 levels in this game. This level would still be at the fucking bottom. It's the Savannah level. Do you know why it's the Savannah level? What do you think of when you think of Resident Evil? Now, whether you think of gripping, edge of your seat action, whether you think of nail-biting survival horror, whether you think of Chris riding one of those things that's out in front of grocery stores, whether you think of Leon being a little gay, this level has none of that. Not a thing. It's an on-rails turret thing. The best thing you have is the silly driver guy saying, "We're going around a tight turn, hang on!"
Got some sharp curves up ahead! Hold on tight! It's gonna get bumpy! Hang on! That won't even scratch the paint! That's gonna affect the resale value. Got some sharp curves up ahead! Hold on tight! It's trying to ram us into the river! Do something!
And that, who cares? Cares. And then you get the worst El Gigante fight of all time. I know his name's not El Gigante. Correct me in the comments. I'm banning you from my comment section. He's basically El Gigante. He's El Gigante, but from Dollar Tree. Okay? I don't care what his actual name is. He sucks to fight. He's boring to fight. And if they remake this game, just cut this level. Get rid of it. Yes, I'm Capcom. I'm telling you to cut content. Please remove this content from the game. Nobody wants it. Nobody likes it. When I replay this game, every time I get to this level, I turn off the game and I stop playing it for like 2 days, and then I restart playing the story mode when I no longer feel like hating this level. That is how bad this level is. It stops me from playing the game. It's the only level where I will boot it up and go, oh my god, and turn the game off. That's how bad it is. So it goes to number 16. No, you know what? I'm adding an extra blank spot. This list now has 17 spots. This one goes to 17. 16 is blank. And now we're going to move on to number 15.
I just woke up in a fucking steaming mood, yeah? I just woke up in a fucking steaming mood, yeah?
You, me, gas station. What are we getting for dinner? Sushi, of course.
All right, moving on from that horrible experience. Sorry, I blacked out for a second. Don't know what I said. In 15th place, we have Experimental Facility. The amount of pain it causes me when you walk into this hallway and you just see these machine gun Magini, that alone puts this at number 15, because I hate fighting just regular soldiers in Resident Evil. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion or not. In fact, I know it's not, but I know one of you is going to be like, actually, the Magini being smart is actually very integral to the lore. I don't care. It's stupid. And they're not fun to fight. They're actively unfun to fight. So that's why I yearn for this level to be over. It doesn't have the interesting level design of the later levels to offset the machine gun guys sucking. So it goes to number 15.
Plentiful and newly discovered oil reserves.
Oil?
For 14th place, we have a significant bump in quality from the last two, at least in my opinion. We have the oil field - drilling facilities. I will say that is like the worst name for a level. Just pick one. Like, the hell? This is a sort of on a boat rail section that is very short, and then you fight a kind of shitty boss. So, game does that again later, and it's better. Not much better, but it is better. So this is just kind of redundant. It's gray and bland and boring, and by this time the swamp area has overstayed its welcome, and you just kind of want to move on to the caves level and get a bunch of gold. So yeah, it's just boring and it feels like filler, despite the fact that it has a key character boss fight, which I think says a lot about this game's plot. So it goes to number 14.
I am not doing any hoeing.
I don't even know what hoeing is.
Yeah, well, hoeing
Anyway, you don't need a hoe. There's only one.
All right, in 13th place, we have the Underground Garden, Chapter 5-1. This level, honestly, I just think it sucks, but I give it points for what it tries to do. It has a very unique boss fight in the form of the spider guy at the end, and it tries to be scary at the beginning with the liquor room with all the slashes and dashes and blood and guts all over the wall. It doesn't work at all. It's not scary in the slightest, but hey, they tried. I give them points. I give them like 5 points. 5 arbitrary cool points for trying to be actually scary. That's pretty much it. It's barely better than Experimental Facility, to be completely completely honest with you. It's just that it doesn't have as many gun magini, and it has a decent boss, and it tries to be a little spooky. So yeah, it goes to number 13. In 12th place, we have Worship Area, otherwise known as the area where you just get beamed by the sun because you have the attention span of a peanut. This level's okay. It's kind of just that main first area and then some puzzles, and it's okay. I mean, it's fine. It pales in comparison to the level that came before it. It is not even close to as good. At least I think so. And that's the main reason it's kind of lame, is because the level before it was so good, and then this one is just it's just which makes it feel worse in comparison because they're right back to back. So this one goes to number 12 because I feel like it.
I like singing. I like dancing.
I like trains.
In 11th place, we have Train Station. I like the beginning of this mission, and I like the final boss. Everything else, no. The mines area is a decent idea, made horrible by the fact that Sheva's AI is the worst. And then if you're playing in co-op, your friend with the flashlight, he's gonna troll you, okay? If you give your friend the flashlight, he's gonna troll you. And if your friend gives you the flashlight, you're gonna troll him. That's just how it works. And yeah, it's funny, but it's also not fun, if that makes sense. Like, it's one of those things that, yeah, we do a little trolling, but also it's genuinely frustrating and you consider not playing the game with your friend anymore. It's one of those things where it doesn't work with the AI, it doesn't work well in co-op, and then you have the, like, mines area, which is and then you have the outside Breaking Bad Mexico filter fucking desert area that is just so, it's too long, and it has too many ganky spots with enemies that if you don't coordinate properly are really annoying, and especially in our first playthrough are really freaking annoying because they spawn like TNT guys behind you with no warning, and then you just get blown up. It's really freaking annoying. It gets number 11, despite the fact that it has some really shitty areas. It is overall an okay mission.
See the line where the sky meets the sea, it calls me.
In 10th place, we have Main Deck. This one gets so low because it's barely a level. It's basically a boss fight. You do some QTEs, you run in a hallway, kill like 5 enemies, boss fight. Boss fight's cool, but that's all it's got. Like, it's a cool boss fight. It's not like a great boss fight. It's not bad. It's not even okay. It's cool. It's good. It's okay. It's not okay. I just said it's not okay. It's cool and it's good. I give it like a 7 or 8 out of 10, but that's all it has. It doesn't have any other cool gameplay stuff in it. It just has that quick time event section. It has the funny cutscene where Stella dies, which is, I always find that cutscene funny, and I don't know what that says about me, but yeah, I mean, it cracks the top 10, so it's not doing too bad, but it's not doing anything too special either.
暁は集った。
In 9th place, we have Public Assembly, which is the second level in the game, where Chris tries to save that blonde lady, and he doesn't, and it's a very, like, vanilla way to reestablish his arc of not being able to save anybody, because this game is well written. Yeah, overall, this level's fun. I would say it's just a little bit dry after how bombastic the first level is at the end. I understand why it's like that, because it's supposed to be like, okay, a little chillax, try to be creepy moment after the super dramatic opening level, but it doesn't work very well. It just kind of serves to make it feel a little boring, at least I think so. And the final boss is really fun. That's honestly the main reason it's so high. If it didn't have the really cool Ouroboros iconic final boss, it would probably be closer to like 13 or 14, but I really like that boss, so it goes here.
All your trailer needs come to Big Tex Trailers right here on Beach Boulevard in Anaheim. Yup!
In 8th place, we have Storage Facility. This level I feel like is a little bit slept on because you have the cool container section, you have the PewDiePie bridge section, you get introduced to the flying guys, and there's that cool market section that you fight through with the helicopter support. It's just a really freaking awesome mission, and that's pretty much it. I just think it's a fun mission, and I think it executes the gameplay flow of Resident Evil 5 really well. There's lots of good co-op moments to work with, and it's just fun. It's just a fun mission. It doesn't do anything spectacular. Like, it's not the best mission, but it's a solid mission, and I feel like when they are restructuring this game for a remake, when they do a remake, they should really take a closer look at this level, because I think this level just gets the gameplay flow most correct out of any of the levels, but it doesn't have like a super standout moment that makes the level like really iconic, so it goes to number 8.
Take a seat by the fire and relax for a minute. Exoro.
In 7th place, we have the first level, Civilian Checkpoint. The first half is a walking section, but the last half, where it's the holdout section, is just so good. Unpopular opinion, the holdout section of Resident Evil 5 is better than the one in Resident Evil 4 because it's actually hard. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, throw your tomatoes, throw your freaking peanuts at me. I don't give a damn. This one is more fun. because it's more stressful, because it's more difficult. At least I think so. Okay, you have less ammo to work with on enemies that are more aggressive and tougher. And yeah, you have your co-op AI, but it sucks. And if you're playing with a friend on your first playthrough, you both have never played this before, you don't really know how to combo moves, you're panicking, you're freaking out. And I think it's fun to like freak out and stress about how to deal with all the machining with your friend, and you don't know if it's timed, if you have to kill a certain amount of enemies, and then the executioner guy shows up and he breaks down the fence and he slaps your friend, and your friend starts screaming into the microphone and deep frying your ears, and you're like, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, and you're trying to revive him, and then you both die. That's classic Resident Evil 5. And you know, this level just does a great job of introducing it, and I think it's iconic, and it also gave birth to my favorite freaking mercenary stage. So despite the fact that I ranked it at number 4 on my list, go watch that video. And it's just a great level.
See the line where the sky meets the sea, it calls me.
In 6th place, we have Ship Deck, not to be confused with Main Deck, completely different level. Also not to be confused with Bridge Deck. They got a little lazy towards the end of this game with the level names, but you know, we ball, I guess. Ship Deck is cool because I think it takes the co-op mechanics to their most extreme with literally just trapping you in one section and having the other person have to come and save you while you hold off all the enemies to make their job easier when they come and save you. The person saving you, that person's job, the difficulty of that completely depends on how not stupid the person trapped in the crate is. So naturally, if you're playing this by yourself, you're gonna have a bad time because the AI sucks. Unless you give Sheva/Chris a sniper, that's okay. But yeah, it's just a fun level, and I think it really works well with the co-op mechanics. And it's a cool setting. Like the top of a boat gives Revelations 1 vibes. It's really fun. It's really cool, and it's just a good level. In the same way that Storage Facility is, it just does the gameplay loop right.
You turned in a random assemblage of sentences. In fact, the sentences.
In 5th place, we have Ouroboros Research Facility, which is it is certainly a level. I'm just kidding. This has the Wesker fight in it. Of course, it gets top 5. It's iconic. It's awesome. It has the Wesker fight, baby. And it has that liquor section where you have to have your friend go around the whole area and you have to shoot out the liquors like it's fucking Duck Hunt or something. It's really fun. It's like oddly fun. And I recently replayed this game with a friend, and he was the one that went up there. He was just terrified the whole time, despite the fact that I was like, I can shoot down the liquors. It's okay. You barely have to interact with the liquors. And then as he's pushing the crate, he's like, I'm gonna die. This is terrifying. I'm gonna freaking die. Sometimes I forget how terrifying this game can be if you don't play it 24/7. Like most people watching Resident Evil 5 content in the year of our Lord 2024 do. But just that fear factor of Wesker kicking your ass, the liquors, I just think it's all executed very well here, unlike that other liquor room in the other chapter we talked about. This one is a lot more fun, and it's iconic, and you get the hilarious Magnum in a sarcophagus. What's a Magnum doing in a sarcophagus? I don't know. I feel like that implies Wesker put it there, and I always find that silly, and I have to bring it up every time I talk about this boss fight, so I'm bringing it up here now. It's obligatory. I have to do it. I can't not bring it up. I have to.
What he said. What he said.
In 4th place, we have Execution Ground. This is another one that I think just executes the gameplay flow really well. It has the cool oil drilling section. It has that intro part with the alligator. And then it has that village section where you have to press the button, or there's the chance that your friend can get trapped if they try to be greedy and steal the Magnum. Alternatively, if you're playing this with a guinea pig, aka a friend who's never played this before, you can tell them to go get the Magnum, saying, hey, there's a Magnum for there, you should grab it. And then they get trapped, and then you laugh at them. And I think that's really funny, and they should add more stuff like that when/if they remake this game, because it's funny. And I just think it's a really solid level. It executes really well on the gameplay flow of the game. I know I've said that multiple times before, but some of these levels just do not do that. So I think it's really key to kind of point out when that happens, especially when it's the 4th one on the list. So yeah, just a really great level.
I was able to build this in a cave with a box of scrap.
In 3rd place, we have the Uncharted 2 level. We have the caves. This level is awesome, aside from the little freaking annoying spiders. I hate them. But otherwise, you get a ton of treasure in this level. There's tons of cool encounters. There's lots of like really interesting, like there's the person crossing the bridge, and then you have to meet up in the middle and continue. There's the part with the giant spiky flaming balls. There's the tunnel of the falling totems that you have to destroy your X button to survive. And it ends off with a freaking awesome boss fight in a whole giant plus-shaped room that's a giant puzzle. It's just awesome, and you get the grenade launcher on this level. It should be number 1 for that. putting it at number 3 because I'm not that crazy about the grenade launcher. But you get the grenade launcher on this level, okay? I mean, it can't go below top 5 and give you the grenade launcher. So it gets an easy number 3. That's it. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. This level is just awesome.
See the line where the sky meets the sea. It calls me.
In second place, we have the last level of the game, Bridge Deck. A stupid, boring name for the climactic boss fight of the entire game. You start this out on the boat, going through all of the bulkheads to get to Wesker's area. Side note, I don't understand the layout of this boat at all. Where is he keeping this jet? I don't know. Then you get the epic fight with Wesker where you exploit his cool factor and just abuse the fact that he has sunglasses to inject him with his penicillin or whatever the fuck it is. And then you get the epic volcano boss fight where Chris punches a boulder and it's just incredible. Boss fight's a little easy, but it's fun and it's awesome. And it's fighting Wesker in a volcano. It's like, what more do you want? It's awesome. It's pinnacle Resident Evil 5. It is the peak cheese. You don't get cheesier than this. Even in Resident Evil 6, I don't think anything quite tops the level of cheese of Christopher Redfield right hooking a boulder in an active volcano to save his partner that he met 4 days ago from his arch nemesis who trained him to be the man he is right now, but also turned to the dark side. Like that's primo cheese. That's top shelf, aged to perfection cheese, and it's all in this level, so it gets number 2. In first place, not even close, best level in the game, it's the Marshlands level. Semi-open world? Why aren't modern gamers talking about this all the time? That's all the fuck they talk about. This is basically what the lake section of Resident Evil 4 Remake is, and people love that level, so this is the same thing. So obviously, it's fucking awesome. I mean, you got some side quests, you got some Easter eggs, you got a secret RPG hidden on a boat. That's so cool. And then each of the distinct areas has its own challenge. You got the alligator section, you got the guys throwing spears at you in the long, like, spinny area, and then you have the which hut is the totem in? It's always on the one on the left. Always. Unless it's not. Do you remember? Do you? I don't think you do. If you do remember, let me know in the comments. But I'm gonna gaslight you until you change your mind. So maybe don't comment that, maybe comment something else. Yeah, this level is just awesome from beginning to end. I love it. When I replay this game, this is the level I look forward to the most, and it honestly is the only thing that keeps me going after struggling through the Savannah level, is knowing the Marshlands is next. That's how cool this level is. And also, ramming the speedboat into the dock at full speed and then pressing the X button to watch the cutscene of them calmly getting off the boat is so fucking funny. It will never not be funny. So, it gets number 1. It's number 1 for that alone. That is going to do it for this video. If you liked it, feel free to drop a like. If you disliked it, feel free to dislike it. I don't mind. But do let me know in the comments why you disliked it. If you didn't dislike it, feel free to comment something else. Feel free to tell me your favorite flavor of hot dog, or not. Feel free to actually comment relevantly to the video. We do have channel memberships up on the channel. All the money I get from this channel goes directly back into it. So anything you do feel like throwing at me would be greatly, greatly appreciated. And you will see a return on it. You get cool epic perks. You get to comment herbs in videos, so if you like herbs, become a member. And yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for this video. Stay evil, my residents.